Hey vinyl community, it's Dwayne Rock and Doc coming at you with a vinyl tag video. Something I've never done before, and the reason I decided to jump on this one is it's about a genre that I'm really interested in. This is the Garage Rock Vinyl Tag 2025, and these vinyl tags pop up at the end of the year, beginning of the year, uh, and I've never wanted to do one before because a lot of times there's like just too many questions and it's like, nah, I can't be bothered. And but this one is about a genre I'm really into, which is garage rock, and it's done by a fellow. It started by a fellow named George. His channel is Blockhead. Uh, Great channel. Everybody should check out his channel. He's from the Seattle area, I believe, and I always watch his channel faithfully and from start to finish because he always talks about stuff that I'm really into and shows a lot of great stuff. But anyways, his like I said, his vinyl tag is about garage rock, and another good thing, there's only 6 questions, so it's really easy. But anyways, I'm going to do my version of the Garage Rock Vinyl Tag 2025 with a little twist. This is the Canadian edition of the Garage Rock Vinyl Tag 2025. First question was, show an album from 1965. Well, I don't have the album, but the band was actually Chad Allen, the Expressions, with most of the members going on to become the Guess Who. But Chad Allen and the Expressions, their first album was called Shakin' All Over. I don't have that album. It came out in 1965. But this one is a Sundazed reissue, which has tracks from that album and a bunch of B-sides from singles they did in 66 and 67. And interesting story about, I guess, how the Guess Who got their name was the very first single from Chad Allen Expressions, which was Shakin' All Over. The record company decided to do a special promo kind of gimmick for it, trying to get radio stations to play it. So they didn't put the name of the band on the single, it just said Guess Who, and it had a question mark. And it was that single, Shakin' All Over. And then they ran contests for radio listeners to try and guess who the actual band was, and other stuff like that. There was probably prizes given away. But anyways, apparently that's how the Guess Who got their name, because if you see that first album, Shakin' All Over by Chad Allen and the Expressions, it does say on the front of it, underneath it says Guess Who with a question mark on it. So anyways, some people may not consider them a true garage rock band, so I picked a couple others. Neither one of these came out in 65. Here's The Haunted from Montreal, probably one of the better known Canadian garage rock bands. They started in 65. They won a battle of the bands at the Montreal Forum, and the prize was some recording time. So they went into the studio and recorded their first single, 125, which was the big hit for them. And it broke nationwide in 1966 when this album came out. And they disbanded in 1971. So there's the Haunted with their self-titled debut album. I think I'm not sure if this was their only album or they did one more. Another band, this time out of Toronto, again, not from 1965, they released a bunch of singles, like 6 singles in 66 and 67, but their album, this one here, uh, didn't come out till 1967. It's called Somewhere Outside, and this this is not the original. This is a reissue, and I think another reissue came out on Record Store Day last year, I believe. Same album, but a different cover. So, question 2 is show a garage revival album. Here's the Purple Toads with their self-titled debut, which came out in 1986. They're from Oshawa, Ontario, another well-known Canadian garage rock band. There they are in the back with the track listing. Show a garage comp. Now, I had a really hard time with this one. I'll just show you some of the obvious comps that you think about when you think of garage rock compilations. Of course, Pebbles, Nuggets, High in the mid-60s, which was put out by the same outfit that did Pebbles. And here's another one, Back from the Grave. Now those are all the probably best known garage rock reissues, but I wanted to do a Canadian garage rock issue, or not a comp, I mean, but I had a hell of a time finding an all-Canadian garage rock comp. I found one that is mostly Canadian. It's not quite all Canadian. I think there's 2 or 3 American bands in here, but it's mostly Canadian, and it's the only one I have that comes close to being an all-Canadian garage comp. And this one came out in 1989. It was put out by a record label called Og Records out of Montreal, and was compiled by the guy that he used to put out a magazine called What Wave magazine out of London, Ontario. So most of these bands on here, the Canadian one, well, probably all of them, are bands that were featured in the magazine. So here's Mr. Garager's Neighborhood, almost all Canadian garage rock comp. So, but if you know of any garage rock compilations that are all Canadian, let me know down in the comments. I know there was one on CD that I thought I had, but I guess I don't have it because I couldn't find it, and I don't remember the title of it. Question number 4, show some garage rock 45. Well, I'm going to do more than one. Here again we have Chad Allen and the Expressions with Shakin' All Over. You'll notice underneath it says, Guess Who, comma. Here's a band from another Montreal. There was a really good garage rock scene in Montreal. Here's the Gruesomes. This is their latest single. They're still going. This single's called Not a Chance, and it's a Spanish single. So there's a little comic book that comes with it, and a little blurb on the back there. But unfortunately, it's all in Spanish. Same with the comic. It's all in Spanish, so I don't understand a word of it. More garage rock out of Montreal. The Jukies. This is a 2-track single they put out especially for Halloween. It came out on Halloween last year with Transylvania Twist and Boogeyman. Then some garage rock from Calgary. This is the Von Zippers with Hot Rod Monkey. And they've got a couple albums out. I've got one of them. I'm still looking for the other one. And another garage rock duo. They're also kind of punky, called Misha and the Spanks. It's her and another fellow that plays drums. This was their Mean single. Mean Face. And finally, garage rock band out of Vancouver called the Mants with Half Man, Half Ant. So, question 5, show a live garage rock album. Well, here we have the Smugglers, another garage rock, punk rock band out of Vancouver. The Smugglers, and this is called Growing Up Smuggler. And this was recorded for their 10th anniversary. It was recorded in 1998 at some club in Madrid, Spain. There's the track listing on the back. And another one, if you just watched, I think, my last video, I just got this one. This is the Von Zippers again. I showed you this, just showed you their single. This is a live 10-inch album called Show 'em or Wow 'em Down at Franzel's, which is, I guess, this place in Calgary. There's the track listing. It's pictures of the band. And again, this is a band I have one of their albums. This is, I think, was their second release, and they released another album after this, which I don't have yet. And then last question was show some garage rock reissues. Here's a band that I didn't know anything about. I actually found out about this band from a guy on also in the vinyl community that has a YouTube channel. He talked about this album on one of his videos, and I'd heard the name before, and I always thought they were kind of a hip-hop band, so I never paid any attention to them at all. This is their third album from 1999. It's called Sometimes I Cry. The band is called Tricky Woo, and they did release 2 albums preview to this, and I don't know if they came on vinyl. I have one on CD with a really stupid cover. You'd never know that they were a garage rock band by the cover. Anyways, they're a band out of Montreal, and this is a reissue from 2020. There's a picture of the band inside there with a kind of a wild looking cover, but there's, you know, just the covers don't really, you don't really get an impression that what kind of band these guys are. But like I said, I was lucky. I saw these on a channel from Australia. Otherwise, I probably would have never got this album. And it's a great album. I highly recommend it. I'm just trying to remember the channel from Australia, because he does a lot of stuff on Japanese garage rock and Japanese punk and J-pop and that kind of stuff. And right now he's got a whole bunch of boxes of singles that he hasn't listened to, and he's just randomly pulling singles every day and talking about a single a day. Long Gone Loser Rock Show. That's the name of the YouTube channel, so check that one out. I might leave a link down below if I remember. And another garage rock reissue, The Gruesomes. I already showed you their latest single. This was originally released on CD. It's called Cave In. It was originally released like I said, on CD in 2000, and got reissued on vinyl in 2021. And I believe, I don't know if they've done another album. They've been reissuing some of the earlier stuff, but I don't believe, I think this was the last album they actually recorded. I might be wrong. I should have checked that before I did this video. Anyways, the Gruesomes gave in. There's the back cover and the track listing, and they're another band that always has great looking artwork on the covers. So that's it for my Canadian version of the Garage Rock Vinyl Tag 2025. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button down below, the like button if you like what you saw, and the notification bell. That way, when I do another video, they'll tell you that I have a new one up, so you won't miss it. Anyways, thanks again for watching. So we'll see you next time, which will probably be another mail order video. Anyways, remember, stay safe and stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. And why doesn't this work when I push the button to stop?